Hello and welcome to class. I wanted to show you a little around the course shell. Now we do plan to meet in person on Monday or next week starting January the 11th unless we receive some sort of other announcement between now and then, but I fully expect that our course will meet in person. But of course always watch your email and announcements. So I wanted to show you how the Blackboard Shell works, but I'll also be explaining this in class next week. So you get to Blackboard by either going to our ACTC homepage at www.ashland.kctcs.edu and then accessing, whatever you want to access there. There's lots of things on our web page, but my path will give you a link to Blackboard. All right, and then once you're in there, it should look like this. The other way to get to the Blackboard Shell, and you can see it in my address bar here, is directly at elearning.kctcs.edu/ultra, and then I clicked on course already. So anyway, all of your courses that are open, now some of your teachers may not have opened their courses yet. If you don't see them, that means the course shell is not open yet. You might want to send your teacher an email if it gets past time that you thought class was going to start and you don't see it, but normally you'll see all the classes you're enrolled if you're in the right semester here. So spring 2021, all the courses you're enrolled in. So these are my courses. So I'm going to look at the college algebra course, the in-person college algebra course. When you open it, along the left-hand side, there's two main options that I wanted to talk about that I use in class. One is Blackboard Collaborate, and the other is Announcements. So I'll post this in Announcements. I always post everything in Announcements and send it as an email so you can keep up with all of the stuff that I send throughout the semester. So, of course, all of your announcements, like I said, are saved here. And I've listed how to get technical support if you have trouble with the MyLab math program that we're going to use. But I'll also be posting this announcement. The other main thing is this Blackboard Collaborate. Blackboard Collaborate is our own special platform where we can meet, sort of like Zoom or FaceTime that you use with your phone, only this is just for people enrolled in our course. When you click on Join Session, you can simply join a course room. And I'm not there right now, not there just all the time, but if you say, hey, Miss Shelton, I would like to meet you in the course room at 1 o'clock on Friday, and I've said, hey, I can do that, I will meet you here. So this is a place we can meet, and I can tutor you, or it's also a place where I can conduct class. If you're not able to come in person, you can be in the course room. Now, I will always open up the Blackboard Collaborate course room and be there to live stream the class I'm going to be teaching. So during your class time, you can join here. I want you to notice when you join the classroom, no one's in there right now, but you're the only one in the room. That's me. So you'll know if there's other people there, your classmates, you'll see their names as well if anyone else is there. And know that when you come in, its default is that I can't hear you. The mic is muted. And that the webcam is also not showing you. So that's the default. If you want to talk to me, you're going to have to unmute your mic and use the mic on your computer, or if we're going to see each other, we have to share your video. I'll share the video whenever I'm teaching, of course, but if you need to show me something, if you want me to see, and I really like to see live students, so feel free to share your video, but a lot of students don't, and that's okay too. All right, so back to the course shell. So that's mainly what I would say along the left-hand side. And then along the middle, the main modules, these blocks you see here, rectangles, are modules. When you click on them, they expand, and it will show you all kinds of things that you need to know about the course. I start every module with a module overview, and yada, 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 and then a module wrap-up. So you'll know what you need to know, once you're finished. So the module overview will tell you what's in this module and the activities that you should complete. Everything that I put in these modules, I put for a reason, so I do expect that you look at each one of these tabs, read through the material. And then the wrap-up tells you, did you do it all? Did you see everything? And what were the assignments? Right here, the first assignment is there is a discussion board to introduce yourself, and there is a syllabus quiz for the first week. So that's that. That's kind of the meat and potatoes, or the the syllabus, the rules for the class are all in that course information tab. I'll also put this navigation video there to save it as well. Then you have these two individual things that are kind of out of a module, stuck out of the module, and then we have module. Every week has a module again. So let me explain why I pulled these out specifically to highlight them. One is the Gradebook. When you click on Gradebook, it takes you over to the My Lab Math link, and it will show you your overall score at any point in this class. Of course, nothing's going on right now, but you can hit Show Calculation. We have three main categories for your grading here. We have homework, which is 20% of your grade. You'll take quizzes, weekly quizzes, which is 40% of your grade, and then you'll take tests. You'll actually take two tests, the midterm and the final in this course, and they're each worth 20% of your grade. So it will calculate your grade and tell you how you're doing in each one of those categories. You know, do all your homework and take all your quizzes on time and study for your test, and that's always going to make that look better. So, but you can always know. You should never be in the dark about what your grade is. This next one takes you directly to all things My Lab Math related. That's the platform. You paid a little extra money on your tuition bill to have access to the textbook. So the e-text is here. You can click there and see all kinds of resources for our text we use. And then the other main one I use is this All Assignments. When you click All Assignments, you have to go to another window. All your due dates are listed down the left-hand column for the whole semester. All the assignments. The syllabus quizzes I mentioned earlier, you can click here to get there. There's other places as well. Then this Chapter R, you'll notice there's no due date for Chapter R, and that's because it's optional, but it's very much encouraged. I think this will give you a good foundation to start the course in, especially if you didn't just come straight from an algebra course. Now, if you just came out of intermediate algebra, you probably learned everything in those review sections. But if you didn't, just know you may want to quiz yourself through those. Then the official course material starts with Chapter 1, which we'll talk about next week in class, and you'll have an assignment, Homework 1-1, and then a quiz, which will be due the Monday the 18th. So that's where you see all your assignments. We'll talk about that in class, of course, but just kind of giving you an overview of things right now. Now, so that's a way to get to all of your course assignments, everything about the course, math related, I guess I should say. Then this is just mine to make the assignments, so you won't see that. But then we start the modules. You'll see every week there is a module with materials in it. And this is the review chapter, so this is the optional one. It says so here, but you can get to the class videos. This is my actual lecturing through the Chapter R material, how I would explain that. And I'll talk about that some in class next week, the first class. But this is a place I won't be able to go through all of it, of course, but that will be available for you to help you get a good start to the class. And then there's optional practice, and that will take you over to that math program that I mentioned, where you can do some practice problems. So there's no harm in going here. It's only going to help you. There's skill builder assignments. There's question helps that will view an example, watch a video, read the textbook, and so on. And also there's an Ask the Instructor. If you've done everything you can to understand this problem, then and you want me to talk about it in class, you click the Ask My Instructor. It sends me an email link to this particular problem, and I know to cover it in class the next time. So that's a good way for us to communicate about your needs for tutoring, for anything you need to talk about. All right, so there's links for all of these practice problems, and then there's always practice problems and videos. So these are my classroom videos. I know you're going to be an in-person student, but know that these resources are there for you as well. And then there's always practice problems. Videos, practice, on and on and on. And then module wrap-up. All right, but where we'll start next week is week 1. The module overview, and then the classroom lecture. Now again, I'm going to be seeing you in person, but there are also videos. If you do have to miss class, you can review the videos. There's also notes that you can open, and use to follow along with. I will sometimes use these notes, and sometimes I will use your book notes. So we'll talk about that again when I meet you next week. But I want you to see just how the class flows. We will have a midterm exam, and there is a spring break on weeks 8 and 9. I'll talk about that, and then there will be a final exam at the end of the course. Those are the 2 big tests. The rest are quizzes, weekly quizzes, and homework. All right, look forward to meeting you and hope this helps. Best wishes.